students, my classes have been and will be based on the following strategy. I will approach my classes in such a way that students should get equipped themselves with the very basic concept of each and every chapter and the various techniques involved thereon. In my initial videos, sufficient explanation has been given in respect of all the rudimentary lessons of accountancy. I repeat, all the rudimentary lessons of accountancy, such as the entity concept, generalizing techniques, ledger maintenance techniques, etc., etc. Keeping in mind that the students' mastery over these rudimentary lessons are absolutely essential for tackling various accountancy sums to be convincingly worked out by me for you in the days ahead. I suggest students to practice these basic things themselves so that as and when we take up tough and tough sums, rather tough and tougher sums, you will find it yourself very comfortable to follow my classes. Special points of each and every chapter will be explained using a whiteboard. Thereafter, practical questions of each and every chapter of any standard textbook will be worked out. There's no meaning in explaining to you the illustrations of any textbook, which I hope you will be able to manage yourself. I'm sure you will agree with me that it won't be practicable for me to work out the complete practical questions set out in the textbook and post as many videos in this channel. One or two very simple sums of each chapter will be worked out initially, to be followed by a few tough and tougher ones of the chapter. However, you have to support me with the relevant questions being kept ready at your end, either by managing the particular textbook or by noting down my typed version of the same. I will be displaying each and every such typed version of the related question in advance before working out the answer. This will be displayed in such a way that you will find it comfortable to pause the video. I repeat, to pause the video and take it down. While displaying a particular sum already worked out by me, I'm providing you with my entry by entry convincing explanation. I repeat, I reiterate, entry by entry convincing explanation. I'll be simultaneously reading out the relevant part of the question from the textbook available at my end. Well, students, I have got more than 22 years of experience in giving accountancy coaching to the students of almost all the leading schools and colleges in Bangalore. I used to do it only as a passion beyond my office hours. Now that on my retirement, since I would like to continue with this passion, I find that this YouTube channel is a very good platform for reaching out to students and helping them out in clearing their doubts and making them comfortable with the subject accountancy. Finally, please subscribe to my channel so that I get sufficient motivation in continuing with this work. Thank you, my dear students, and all the very best. Hello, students. I'm again continuing with the very chapter, cash book, in view of its vital importance, not while dealing with this chapter, but in the days ahead with various other chapters also. I'm an experienced tutor, I told you already, with more than almost 23, 24 years of experience. I know the importance of this chapter. It will creep into so many other chapters in one or the other way. So what I have decided is to work out as many sums as possible. Okay, almost all the practical sums of Sri D.K. Goel 2019 edition, practically the same edition, now also continuing. Okay, so today, which are all the sums we are going to do? Fine. question number 13A, 13B, 14, 18, and 19 confines within the pages of 11.60 to 11.64. Why I said confined means 2 or 3 unimportant sums I have skipped. Okay, so I'm repeating. Please work out maximum questions of this chapter cash book. Thank you, students. Thank you very much. So let us take up question number 13A, page number 1160. DK Goel, Cbse, class 11, 2019 edition. Okay. As usual, I am pausing the question for a while so that you also will find it comfortable to pause it and take it down. I mean, those of you who could not manage a textbook. Okay. Well, the answer has been given us cash in hand rupees 3,145 and bank balance 17,255. That I have to work out and convince you entry by entry explanation, right? Well, the first entry will be the balance brought down 1,800, bank brought down 11,000. Okay, both are positive balances. Next, received a check for commission rupees 3,960. Check was immediately deposited into bank. Simple ways, and income received directly into the bank. So bank to commission received 3,960. Next one, bought goods for check rupees 7,000. Yes, it is nothing but purchase to bank or bank by purchase 7,000. Bought goods for cash rupees 500. So cash by purchase rupees 500. I'm not wasting much time on all this because so many times in the preceding videos we have explained similar transactions. Purchase a computer and payment made by check rupees 5,000. Buy office equipment in the bank column 5,000 because by check. Pay trade expenses, buy trade expenses cash. Why not in the bank column? They are not told, it is to check. By default, everything is by cash unless they specifically say. Paid into bank rupees 1,000. It's very much a contra entry. Bank to cash, cash by bank 1,000. Ramesh, who owed rupees 500, became bankrupt and paid rupees 50 in a rupee. Okay. When someone becomes bankrupt and if he cannot pay, to the extent he cannot pay, it will be debited to an account called bad debts. So that will be done through a general proper only. So bad debts to Ramesh, 250 rupees. How by 250 rupees? 50 paise in a rupees means 50% only he could give. Okay, that's it. And the balance, whatever he has given, we are duly shown it cash to Ramesh 250. Why cash? They are not told us it is not through bank. Okay, right. Received rupees 400 from Manohar and allowed him discount 10. Yes. To Manohar 390, discount 10. Now you may ask, why not 410? We have been told received rupees 400 and they are not told after allowing discount. Okay. So naturally, received rupees 400 from Manohar and allowed him rupees 10. So what does it mean? It means that we have received from him only 390 rupees only. Okay. That's why we have received him 400 rupees and allowed him 10 rupees discount. So net of discount only we are going to account. And where we will show this discount, it will be as usual, it will be shown through journal proper that I am not showing here. You know that. What would have been the entry? You tell me for discount. Discount allowed account debtor to Manohar 10 rupees. Okay. Withdrew from bank 400, a contra entry. Okay, I have shown here the contra in the ledger column that I'm showing. See, and here also we have to show. See, okay, fine. You know that cash to bank and what will be the entry? Bank by cash, the contra entry. So many times we have done similar entries. paid rupees 300 to Gyansham Das and Company. They allowed us discount 10. So practically we have paid them only 290. So by Gyansham Das and Company 290. Received rupees 2000 from Hariram and deposited the same into bank. So it has been directly shown in the bank account, bank to Hariram. Why? You can ask me. There is a general rule. If an amount received from somebody or an income we have received and it has been deposited on the same day, means we can dispense with the contra entry. Okay. Had it been through contra entry, what would have been the entry? First, we would have shown an entry, cash to Ram, then thereafter we would have shown bank to cash, a contra entry. I repeat, first we would have shown cash to Hariram 2000, thereafter bank to cash. So net effect will be nothing but it will be bank to Hariram. Okay. So that only we are showing. On what presumption we are showing it? We are showing it on the presumption that an amount received from somebody, if it is deposited into the bank, we will presume that the amount has not come to the cash box, rather it has gone directly into the bank, right? Withdrew from bank for private expenses. So by drawings 300 rupees private expenses, okay, the bank. So withdrew means he has taken the money from the bank and used directly for the private expenses. Our cashier has not seen it. It has not come to the cash box, right? Sold goods for cash. Okay, it's a simple transaction to sales 200. Received check for goods rupees 9,000. Goods sold rupees 9,000. So bank to sales. Why have put directly into the bank, not cash in transit? Because they have not told us that it has been later on deposit or anything. So naturally it has been deposited on the same date. Received repayment of rupees 5,000, a loan repayment of rupees 5,000 and deposited 3,000 out of into bank. So practically loan has to be credited. So to loan, I'm sorry, I not written here to, it has to be written also to loan. Okay. To loan account, how much? 2,000 in the cash column and the bank column 3,000 because same day deposited in the bank. Okay, right. To the extent it has moved to the cash box, we have shown in the cash column, and to the extent it has gone to the bank, we are shown in the bank column, right? Bank charges as per passbook 5. By bank charges, we know always bank charges is something that is charged by the bank. So by bank charges 5 is an absolutely simple sum. Okay. So total the heavier side, I find 5,040. I put it across and I found the difference as 3,145. I have shown it against by balance carried down. That is a cash balance, which your dear author also has agreed to. And similarly, the bank, total the heavier side, 7,255. Put the, I'm sorry, total heavier side, you will find 29,960. Put the same total across. Yes, you find a difference of 17,255. That is the closing balance. And of course, the next day it will be shown diagonally opposite. And I have shown it 3,145 and 7,255 in the respective columns as balance brought down. That's all about this sum. Very simple sum. Sometimes it's good we practice simple sums also. The more we practice, the better. Thank you. Next sum, 13B. As usual, I'm pausing it for a while so that it will be comfortable for you. You pause it and take it down. Balance. Cash balance rupees 5,000, bank overdraft rupees 11,425 and adjustments 7,500. This I have to convince you with entry by entry explanation. I'm re-showing it. The first part and the balance. Okay, let us work out one by one entry. Okay, fine. Cash in hand, for how much is that? Cash in hand, they have shown 4,800. Yes. Bank overdraft by balance brought down 30,400. You know by this time why it is shown in the credit side, because it is a overdraft, right? Fresh capital introduced, cash to capital, 20,000. Deposit into bank, bank to cash, cash by bank, how much? 15,000 each, contra entry. Sold goods to Mahesh on credit. Okay, on credit, it doesn't get qualified in the cash book because the entry will be nothing but Mahesh to sales. Neither effect is a cash or bank. It will be routed through the sales day book. Okay. So we don't have to worry for the cash book. An amount of rupees 4,200 due from Ashok written off as bad debts in the previous year now recovered. An amount written off previously subsequently recovered means it will be credited to an account called bad debts recovery account. We will be learning it later on when we will be dealing with the final account, trading profit and loss account and balance sheet extract. For the moment, just keep it in mind. An amount written off in the past as bad debt and subsequently it has been recovered means the account to be credited will be bad debt recovery account. Yes, 4,200. Okay. Withdrew from bank for payment of life insurance premium. Yes. In life insurance premium extra, I told you any amount for your personal purpose will be debited to an account called drawings. Yes, he must have withdrawn from the bank and he has gone and paid his life insurance directly. So by drawings in the bank column, 5,000. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, not 5,000, 3,000 rupees. Fine. Received a check from Hayes, rupees 6,000 in full settlement of his account and deposit same into bank. Okay. Deposit the same into the bank means bank to Mahesh, 6,000 matrons. In full settlement means we know that in fact it was a higher amount. We had sold him goods on 4th for 6,200. The balance 200, you know, should be accounted through the annual proper only, not in the double column cash book. Okay. Next one. Sold goods to Varun on credit. You are an expert by this time, ignore it because it is a credit sales to be routed through the sales day book only. Entry will be, what will be the entry? Tell me. Varun to sales. Doesn't have a place in the cash book. Okay. Next. Received a check for rupees 28,000 from Varun in full settlement. Okay. How much is the physical amount of the check? 28,000. So bank to check in hand I have shown. Why? Because I always read the sum fully. I find the check has been deposited on the following day only. I mean on 15th. So for the moment, through journal proper an entry on May 12th, check in hand 28,000 to Varun account 28,000. Okay, when I deposited on 15th, I have shown bank to check in hand 28,000. Obviously, check in hand has got nullified and the net effect will be bank to Varun 28,000. Okay. Fine. Next one. Varun's check retained by bank dishonored. So what will be the entry? Just reverse the entry. Reverse means don't show check in hand. I have explained to you by Varun 28,000. Why not check in hand? Check in hand got nullified here. The net effect being what was the entry? Bank to Varun. Now it has been dishonored means Varun to bank or bank by Varun 28,000 rupees. Bank charges 25 rupees. By bank charges 25. Received a check of rupees 6,800 from Vijay, which was endorsed to Amit Raj on 23rd May. Well, at the outset, at the time of receiving, no, nor at the time of endorse, we have to show the same in the cash book. Why? I told you, a check received and found to be endorsed to somebody doesn't have a place in the cash book. And accounted to Vijay 6,800. And on the date of endorsement, it will be Amrit to check in hand 6,800. So what is the entry? What is net effect of it? Amrit to Vijay. Is it not? Yes. Debit the endorsee and credit the giver. You agree with me? Yes. Who has received the check? Who is the endorsee? Endorsed Amit. Yes. He has been debited. Who has given it? Vijay. Yes. He has been credited. Fine. 25th. Withdrew cash from bank rupees 5,000 for paying gift to his daughter. Okay, it's all insinuation of drawings. So on 25th, by drawings from the bank, withdrew cash from bank. Oh, so by drawings directly into the bank account. Okay. Bought goods from Gupta General Stores for rupees 10,000 on credit, and they allowed us trade discount 25%. It doesn't have a place whatsoever in the cash book. Why? It's routed through the day book, purchase day book. How much amount you have shown? 7,500, because net of trade discount only the story starts. Fine. Next one. Paid to Gupta General Stores in cash in full settlement 7,000. Fine. So when I make payment to somebody, somebody will be debited. Is it debited? Gupta General Stores is debited or credited? I have told you, emphasized many times. Account followed by is a debit. Account followed by to is a credit. So the entry was debit the receiver and credit the giver. So Gupta General Stores to cash. So cash by Gupta General Stores. Why I'm in between repeating this one? This has to be ingrained in your mind. You can't afford any mistake as far as the basic rules are concerned. Okay, fine. Sale of all the machinery, payment received in cash 7,700. You know that. I don't have to tell you by side to machinery 7,700. Fine. Next, paid salary by check 1,500. By salary in the bank column 1,500. Paid rent in cash. By rent in the cash column 2,200. Why I'm not explaining and re-explaining is I expect students to watch the preceding videos also in a systematic way. I am coming up. Fine. So next one, paid into current account and their balance after retaining rupees 5,000 at office. The way current account, if you are getting confused, means there are two kinds of accounts basically in a bank. One is savings bank account and another is current account. Current account is meant to be for those business organizations. So they're just to confuse you, only they're written it. Practically paid into bank. Okay. So how much? I need only 5,000. See, okay, fine. What has been your cash availability? This side 36,600. This side it is 24,200. How did I get? 15 plus 7 plus 2,200. So 24,200. So debit minus credit, an available balance of 12,500. But we want just 5,000 in the cash box. Okay, leave behind it. Balance you dump into the bank. There is a 7,500. Okay, I have put into the bank 7,500. Okay, here also I'm sorry, I missed to write to the contra entry. Okay, that you also please don't do that. Make a contra here and contra here also. Fine. That's all. Now, as usual, balance. How to balance the ledger? Total behavior side. A number of times I told you, cash column means can close your eyes and total the debit side. As I total 36,700, I put in here difference obviously 5,000, which when otherwise also we are satisfied ourselves. Then bank column. I find a fair assessment. Credit side is more 67,925. I totaled it, put it across, find the difference, put it and show it against balance carried on May 31st. That is 11,425. You have to check all this using your calculator if you are having any problem. As far as I'm concerned, it's 100% perfect because I've done it through Excel sheet and I've been some 41 years experienced accountant. On look, I can add it. That's different. And I don't expect that from your side. Use your calculator and do it. Okay, fine. So to balance carried on 11,425. Obviously, we have to show in the next day, June 1st, diagonally opposite, we have to bring it down. By balance brought down this one and to balance brought down this one. Fine. That's all. Thank you. Hello, students. Let us take up question number 40. As usual, I am pausing this video for a while to enable you to take it down. Sufficient, I hope. Unless I get a feedback from your side, I won't be able to decide whether this is effective or not. So kindly be in touch with me or write your comments on the comment box. Thank you. Well, let us take up my worked out answer with explanation, entry by entry explanation. Okay. First, cash in hand 7,500, cash at bank 8,000, 7,500, 8,000. Received a check of rupees 588 for cash sales. The check was immediately deposited into bank. So bank to cash sales. Right. Basically, you know that any inflow into the debit side and any outflow in the credit side. I mean, any inflow into the cash box or to the bank in the debit side, and any outflow from the cash box or from the bank in the credit side. But I would like to teach as far as possible in a professional way using the journal entries. Okay. However, at times this thumb rule also I may resort to. Thank you. Right. Received 2 checks from Kalpana, each of 10,000. I have not recorded it on this date, on 5th, because as I told you, I'm in the habit of reading out the questions completely. I know there will be some trapping elements. You will immediately write, again you'll cut, you'll become upset, you'll disimpress your teacher. I don't want all those. Read the question completely. Yes, we find we have got nothing to do about this checks on date of receipt on 6th. However, for information purpose, I'm showing it on the date of receipt in the journal proper. Check in hand 20,000 to Kalpana 20,000. I'm not going to explain any further. Sufficient explanation has been given in the preceding videos. Please watch relentlessly my preceding videos. Okay, fine. First check received from Kalpana is endorsed to Sunita in full settlement of 10,200. That too doesn't have a place whatsoever in the cash book. However, it has got a place in my journal proper. Sunita settled to the extent of 10,200. Debit. Check in hand got cancelled to the extent of 10,000. Balance being discount received credited. Credit the income, credit what goes out, debit the receiver. Simple like that. As simple as water. Right. Second check is sent to bank for collection. Bank to check in hand 10,000. Well, my dear student, you must have noticed now that check in hand originally 20,000 got nullified with 2 subsequent 10,000 entries of each. 10,000 credit entry here and 10,000 credit entry here. I hope I am very clear to you. Okay, right. Next. Second check received from Kalpana is retained as dishonored by the bank. The bank charges 20 rupees. Okay, we know that. It is not, I should not show check in hand. It has to be Kalpana 10,000 and bank charges 20. I'm a little fast because I want you people to be thorough by watching my preceding videos and get things thorough and catch up with my speed. After all, accountancy means speed also matters. Okay. It is not like an engineering subject that sharp ideas should strike you much. It's a question of clarity, speed. Okay, right. Now, received a check from sale of all furniture 1,950. Okay, I'm not showing it on this day in the cash book because it is a cash book, or I mean the cashier or banker has not seen it. Okay, fine. Next day the check is endorsed to a creditor Ramesh in full settlement of 2,000 due to him. So on the date of receipt, physical check to the extent of 1,950. Check in hand to furniture 1,950. These are well framed words only. Be very careful. Check in hand, don't say just like that sale or anything like that. It is a question of sale of furniture. So to furniture 1,950. Fine. And what happened? Next day, the check is endorsed Ramesh in full settlement of, here I wrongly typed 20,000. It is 2,000 only. I'm sorry. I'm alone here. I told you, no? So small mistake. You have to pardon me. Fine. So Ramesh account debtor 2,000 to check in hand 1,950 to discount receipt 50. Why it is like that? Check in hand has to be invariably 1,950. It is the physical amount of check. I settled that gentleman with 2,000. He has agreed with this 1,950 rupees check. Means indirectly I have ensured the discount of 50 rupees or discount received 50 rupees. Okay. In fact, these are all to be shown only in case your teacher demands it. Otherwise, for knowledge purpose only, I'm showing it. Okay, fine. Next, purchase goods from Mohan on credit. You know that on credit means doesn't have a place in the cash book. It is routed through the purchased book. There the entry will be, you will simply enter Mohan's name and show 8,000 rupees in the purchased book. That will lead to a journal entry purchased Mohan. I have not shown the purchased book and everything. Just ignore it for the purpose of cash book. That's all. Settle Mohan's account by giving a check of rupees 4,000 and cash of 3,900. I owe Mr. Mohan how much? 8,000. I pay him 4,000, check and cash 3,900. Simple like that. By Mohan, 3,000 to the extent of cash here, to the extent of bank here. Obviously, there is a discount of 100 which comes in the journal proper, and small things I'm not showing in the journal proper. Only critical entries I'm showing. Okay, fine. Next. Goods sold to Pawan for rupees 6,000. He paid the amount in cash immediately after deducting 2.5% discount. 2.5% discount, of course, you should calculate. How easily calculate? 10% means 600. 1/4 of that is 2.5%. That is 150. 6,000 minus 150 is 5,850. Okay, right? So cash to sales 5,850. Why not in the bank column? Nowhere they are specified. It is with a check or any connection with the bank demand draft, nothing of that sort. So unless otherwise mentioned, by default, it is a cash transaction only. Cash transaction means physical cash I received. Okay. Paid salary by check rupees 5,000. By salary in the bank column 5,000. Cash sale to date 50,000, of which 40,000 bank. Yes. So to the extent of amount put in the bank, directly debit the bank balance in the cash column. Banked means deposited into the bank. That is okay. That's a synonym of deposit into the bank. The word bank. So cash to sales, bank to sales. Okay, right. Why on the same date? Why I have not shown a contra entry here? I already told you in the preceding video that an amount received is found to be deposited into the bank on the same date. We can dispense with the contra entry and we can directly book into the bank to sales. Okay, fine. Or as the case may be, right? Bank can be booked directly. Fine. Paid electricity bill of rupees 2,000 for January by check. Anyway, for January or anything, I have paid electricity bill by check. So by electricity bill in the bank column 2,000. Paid rent, nothing mentioned otherwise check. So obviously by default cash. By rent 1,500. Cash purchases 5,000 issued a check. Carefully read, students. Listen, let me mention that BCom and other BBM graduate students I used to finish off within 2 months or 3 months, but I wanted my Cbse or ISC students invariably with me for 10 full months, because every element I wanted to teach them, and it was a treat to deal with this kind of well-framed questions. Okay. Cash purchases doesn't mean you paid cash and purchase. Not necessarily means. It means instantly you settled. Across the table you settled it. Maybe by cash or maybe by check. Here what happened? By check. Okay. So by purchase in the bank column. Okay. Bank to purchase. I'm sorry, purchase to bank or bank by purchase. Okay. Deposit into bank retaining 7,500. This kind of this one we have done several times. Fine. How to go ahead with it? How to deal it rather? Yes. What are the cash available before the required amount to be deposited? I had in the debit side cash 23,350. Credit side 5,400. This plus this 5,400. Okay. Therefore, the cash available was 70,950. Whereas I need to keep in the cash box only 7,500. I don't want more money in the cash box. So the difference 10,450 I am depositing into the bank. As simple as okay. By bank 10,050, by cash 10,050. Okay, right. The contra entry, bank to cash 10,050, So cash by bank 10,000. Now what to do? Balance the ledger. How to balance? You're an expert. Total behavior side. Invariably bang in the debit side. Closing my eyes, I can do that. 23,350. Put it across. Difference is 7,500, which I indicated against balance carried on. Since an entry comes in the credit side, it has to be invariably by. Okay. So by balance carried on, which otherwise also we have satisfied here. Well, other thing, I find debit side is more 74,330. Put it across. Find the difference. Okay, indicator is the balance carried on 48,310. Okay, as clear as water, everything. Is it no? Okay. I hope you have fully understood it. Success in accountancy exam or scoring high and high mark depend on your clarity and your speed. Okay, for that purpose only, more and more sums I am explaining to you. Otherwise, in my regular class, hardly 2 sums only used to be worked out. But here you are a privileged lot. So ensure my full video is practiced then and then. Thank you. Let us take up now question number 18. 2-3 questions in between I have missed. These are all of petty cash. It's a very silly chapter. You better learn yourself. Okay. So question 18. I'm posing the question for those of you who could not manage a textbook as usual. Sufficient, I hope. Okay, let us deal with the answer. First one. Bank overdraft. Yes, by balance brought down. You are an expert. I'm not going to why this side. You are an expert by this time. I don't want to have any explanation, right? Cash in hand. To balance brought down. Check received from DRAM 4,000 and discount allowed 200. Okay, fine. See, I told you I am in the habit of reading the question fully. So it has been deposited yesterday only. Of course, I have not shown it here. What should be shown it in the journal proper on the date of receipt? What will be? You tell me as an exercise I am giving you. What will be the entry? Tell me. Check received from RAM 4,000 and discount allowed 200. Check received. So that is the physical amount of the check received. Okay. And discount allowed 200. So practically he owed me 4,200. So check in transit 4,000. Discount allowed account at 200 to DRAM 4,200. Okay. In the cash book, it is not required. In the journal proper, you would have written like that. How you would have written? I reiterate. Since I have not shown it here, once again I am telling that. Check received is 4,000. Discount allowed is 200. So the gentleman has been settled for 4,200. Okay. So check in hand 4,000. Discount allowed 200 to RAM 4,200. And of course, it is through the journal proper, and therefore the cash book purpose, we don't have to worry about this. For information purpose, as usual, I will explain it. Okay. Now, on Jan 8th, deposit the amount above check into bank. Deposit the above check into bank. For that, what was the physical amount of the check? 4,000. So bank to check in hand 4,000. Okay, fine. Next, bank to 200. Fine. That's the only thing you have to learn in this one. That's what I taken it. The word banked means what? Just banked the account. It is nothing but the synonym of the word deposited into bank. When you deposit something in the bank, what is it? It's a contra entry, is it not? So bank to cash 200, cash by bank 200. Now you may ask me, suppose you had deposited check into bank, whether the check is deposited or cash is deposited. Okay, check is deposited, of course, through check in hand it has come. But unless otherwise mentioned, banked means cash is deposited in the bank. So bank to cash 200, cash by bank 200. Contract. Okay. Received a money order from Goel. Money order means I told you several times in the past, just cash received in the office. So cash to Goel for 500. Okay. Next one, money withdrawn from bank for office use. It's absolutely a contra entry. Cash to bank 300. Bank by cash 300. Fine. Bank charges 20. By bank charges invariably in the bank column 20. Interest on bank overdraft. Yes. Bank overdraft interest is of an expenditure nature. Why? What do you mean by bank overdraft? You are overdrawn from the bank. Bank will penalize you by way of charging interest. Okay. Rather, bank will charge interest from you. Such interest is an expenditure for you. Okay, not a regular income. Otherwise, the bank would have given you on your deposit. This is ulta. Okay. So the interest would be by interest in the bank column. How much? To 1,000. What's the journal entry of it? Interest to bank. Debit the expenditure, credit the receiver. So bank by interest 1,000. Okay. Now, as usual, simple stuff. Total the heavier side 3,100. Put it across. Difference indicates against balance. Carry down. Okay. Similarly, other side also fair assessment I find. Okay, it is a debit side only. Comfortable. Total X 13,320. Put it across. Find the difference. I am sorry. I was in a hurry. It was. I did not make a fair assessment about it. The heavier side was the credit side. Put it here. And fill the difference is to balance carry down 9,120. What kind of balance it is? Tell me. It is, of course. Is it a debit balance or credit balance? Tell me. It's invariably a credit balance. But it's shown in the debit side now. Maybe. But to balance carry down. Okay. The amount followed by 2 matrix. So it is a credit balance. Okay. Amount followed by 2 is invariably a credit. Okay, or also I have told you, decide on the basis of opposite side wherever balance carried on is written. Balance carried on has been written in the debit side, hence it is a credit balance. Okay, or other way, a bank having credit balance means what? It's an overdraft. Anyway, the next day I have brought it down. By balance brought down 9120. And cash, of course, to balance brought down 2,900. Okay, simple sum. Only to explain the word bank, I chose this sum. Thank you. Well, students, the last sum of the day, fifth and last, question number 19. As usual, it has been paused. Please take it down. Please take it down. Okay. Let me work out the answers. Question number 19. Well, what is the special feature of the summit that it is not an ongoing business? It's a newly started business. Hence, started business with cash to capital 20,000. That's what I say. Think of the journal entry and do it so nobody can defeat you. Cash to capital 20,000. Open the current account with SBI 8,000. You may have some doubt. What is it all about? It should just strike that in your mind that you have deposited money into bank 8,000. Why? When you open a bank account, the banker will ask you, please make initial cash deposit. Yes, you have deposited 8,000 into the bank. For you, an accountant, it is cash deposit into bank. So bank to cash 8,000, a contra entry. Okay. Fine. Cash by bank, of course, 8,000. Bought goods by check. By purchase account 150. Received check from Ram. Listen, I am in the habit of reading the sum fully. I find that on a later date, this check has been handled. Hence, I have put it in my journal proper. Okay. In my journal proper, I have put it. Okay. Check in hand account at Ram 200. Fine. Next, sold goods for cash 40. Cash to sales 40. Very simple. Paid into bank cash 30 and check 200. This is Cbse syllabus. Paid into bank. Okay. Most students will immediately put what they will do. It's a contra entry. Let me put it. 230, bank to cash, cash by bank. No, they well framed the question. There has been a check deposit of 200. Where from you got a check? We find that the preceding date, I mean on Jan 4th, we have kept a check in hand with us 200. That is the check they are referring it. So deal appropriate. To the extent of cash, it will be a contra entry, bank to cash 30 or cash by bank. And to the extent of the check of the 200 that had already been kept in check in hand, bank to check in hand 200. So understand, Cbse or IEC means you have to read very, very carefully. A simple word, misread means you had it. Okay, you won't be able to match the paper. That's all. Paid sham by check 345, by sham 345. Paid carriage by check. It's a simple by carriage 180. That's all. Since by check I have shown invariably in the bank column. Nothing more for me to explain. Drew cash from bank for office use case. Baba, it's a contra entry. Okay, cash to bank 200. Bank by cash 200. That's all. Paid wages by check by wages. Normally, wages means students will invariably put in the cash column. That's why carefully reading by check. So 60. Now what to do? Total the heavier side, 20,240. Put it across. Find the difference and fill against balance carried on 12,210. Think of the bank balance. Yes. Here the debit side is more. Total it first. Put it here. Find the difference. Put it against the balance carried on 7,295. Over. That's all. Okay. Well, students, we have done 5 number of sums. You are privileged lot. Maximum 2 at the most. 3 only I used to do in my regular classes way back 25 years. Okay. I have a request. Don't think that I know only cash book. I'm doing only cash book like that. It's not like that. I know 1 or the 2 chapters of your first year syllabus have been intensively taught. Hence, I have taken up the cash book, so many sums. Please extend sufficient cooperation and have a lot of patience for next 2 more videos. Thereafter, I won't be continuing the cash book. Okay, so 2 more videos I will be having about cash book, and please practice each video sums intensively. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.